So, what was your family's primary reason for leaving the place of origin?
So both families originated in Germany. I don't know exactly if they were in the same general area or not, but I have to believe they came to America to seek a better life.
How did your family get here?
They had to come over on a boat, so I'm guessing it was some sort of a steamer. I don't know if it was a merchant type of ship or passenger. That goes back too far, because it was my grandparents' parents that actually came over.
So, where did you settle?
So my father's family settled just south of Chicago in the Tinley Park area, and my mother's family settled in Aurora, Illinois.
All right, and where did you grow up?
I grew up about 60 miles south of Chicago in a farming community. It was Green Garden Township.
Why did your family decide to come here? What were the push-pull factors?
I think they came for better job opportunities. Back in that era, America was the place to go for new beginnings, and I have to believe that they both came based upon their desire to do better, to find a way that they could be unique, free, different, and capitalize on their abilities based on what they were, as opposed to what they maybe had to do back in Germany. My grandfather's family was a baker. They made bread in Aurora, and he helped deliver them. My mother's mother grew up on a farm in Iowa, and she came to Chicago to teach.
What kinds of problems did your family encounter when they arrived here?
I'm guessing that somehow they had to get from New York, where the ships docked, to actually get to the Chicagoland area where they eventually settled.
Did your great-grandparents or your grandparents ever speak German?
My mother's parents could speak German. At least I know my grandfather, my mother's father, could.
What lingers or is still around from your family's homeland?
My grandparents on my mother's side really liked the cultural things, so like they would go into the opera and to Chicago Symphony Orchestra. I do remember that he would play the violin and she would play the piano, and they would have these little like cultural episodes in their home in Aurora. That was kind of fun and different from the farm where I grew up. I never knew my father's father because he died when my dad was in World War II overseas, but I did know my father's mother, at least until I was like 9, and then she passed away. So I knew my cousins better than I knew my grandparents on my dad's side.
So would you say that your family embraced the American ways of life?
I think they acclimated to the United States and the Chicagoland area because they all held more prominent positions in their community. My dad and mom were very active in the church. The grandparents were also active in their communities, whether it was my dad's side in the farming community. My dad's father was actually a commissioner, an elected official for the in Will County, and my grandfather on my mother's side was actually the city engineer for the city of Aurora for a number of years, which helped them get through the Depression because it was a steady job before he started his own company. So yeah, I think they all had that entrepreneurial type of spirit, which I think was one of the reasons why both sides of my family immigrated to the United States. It was the land of opportunity, and I think they all did a great job of capitalizing on it in the capital environment.
Well, let me go around this side. I want to say thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Hope you get an A.
Me too.